farm. Hey, so I just saw your novel of a video about me, right? It was very, very well put together. Nice backdrop you got there. Super impressed. Anyway, hey, so I want to say a couple of things. One, right? If you don't want people to think that you dox people, you probably shouldn't put videos out that we have where you say you dox people, because then it kind of defeats the whole purpose of you saying you didn't when you literally made a video that did. And you can say you're joking and all that, it doesn't matter. We have the video, which is why I said the statements that I did. If you want to try to sue us, maybe you should look it up first, because we are a news organization and we've been sued before. In fact, we have 2 lawsuits currently with a company out of Verona, Virginia, for our coverage of their BLM protests, and they're suing us for $5.5 million. And you know what? We're fighting it too, just like we fight everything else. And the one good thing in 2020 in the state of Virginia, they put this new anti-SLAPP law into place, which means that we can now go after anybody who files lawsuits, frivolous lawsuits. And obviously, if you try to name me in a lawsuit because I said you doxed, I would just play the video. It would be thrown out right away because you said in a video you did. And then, we would just go from there. And then, I'd probably be the owner of your van, which I don't know what I would do. I'd probably donate it. I don't even know if Cars for Kids would take that thing, because it's like a scary looking van, but whatever, whatever. I take your van and in a judgment, and then I just donate it to Cars for Kids or maybe to the fire department so they could burn it, because who knows what's going on in there in terms of germs and stuff. You also made a statement that you're really upset with me about how I anarchy princess and I made fun of her voice, and then you tried to say that equates to the same thing you guys were doing in sexually harassing women in general. Everybody, 1776, all of them harassing women at the protest, whether it's a protest or counter-protest. You know that that's not true, and you know they're not the same things. You want to go back and forth with me, that's fine. I'm not going to do it again. I just felt like I owed you. I owed you enough to say, like, hey, listen, if you don't want me talking about you, stay the fuck out of my chats. Because if I read your comment, right? Because if I read your comment on the air and I disagree with it, typically what I do is I kind of give you some ribbons. You know what I mean? Because that's what people do when you're in my live chat talking schmack. And I guess you're upset that I didn't send you shirts, because we screenshot everything anyway in our chat. And I guess you were upset because we never sent you shirts, and maybe that's what kept us going. I don't know you. I don't care about you. I don't care about anyone that's involved in the 1776 coalition. I don't care about anybody that's participating in any of the counter protests. I don't give 2 fucks about any single one of you people anymore. And is that perfectly clear? And if it's not, I don't know how else to tell you that you need to go home and grow up. And I know. I probably struck a nerve there when I said go home, because you then said, I can't go home, I have nowhere to go, I live in the streets, and blah, blah, blah. So I get that. But when I said go home, I meant go back to your van and drive it somewhere else, instead of just doing a disservice and making yourself look like a general asshole across, all your protesting and stuff. Now, you may be a big fan of supporting police, like your video with the Frederick Sheriff's Department, and that's great, but I frankly could give 2 shits. What else did you talk about in that video? Oh, you talked about how you're remodeling and stuff. That's really good. That's a good skill, because I actually have no carpentry skills whatsoever. Never really did, so I applaud you. So maybe you'll be able to use that for some good. You also talked about how you did 118 days in jail. Congratulations. What do you want, a cookie? And you beat the case yourself. Who gives a fuck? Like, you may be good at legal shit. I have money. I have money. I'll get lawyers that are better at legal shit than you. So you want to drag this out and be fucking stupid, it's going to get me views, which counteracts what you're trying to do. So anyway, I'll say this, defender of the ants, or whatever your fucking name is, grow the fuck up, dude. Grow up. Find something else to do. You're not very good at this.